I'm Ariel Bautista.
And I'm Monica Ermi.
And this is Channel 4 News. We are outside the preparation of Philip Worthy's trial.
Coming up next are the pre-trial interviews.
Do you think the actions of Philip Worthy are justified?
Yes, because Philip was sick and that Graham was being beaten up by 3 people. That's unfair.
Can you describe the scene of what happened?
I was caring for my baby when I heard a loud knocking and a loud commotion downstairs. And when I came down, I saw 3 people beating up my husband. And my husband was in a bad condition. And when Philip came, that's when he tried to defend my husband by killing Sheriff Bartram.
Thank you so much for your time.
Your Honor, members of the jury, my name is Paul Shack. My classmates and I are representing the deceased Sheriff Bartram in this case. Sheriff Bartram put together and coordinated a team to arrest residents of Commonwealth that had failed to register for the draft, with authorization from the federal government to do what was necessary. In the process of arresting draft dodgers, Sheriff Bartram and his men were met with resistance and forced to defend themselves. When Graham Stone offered resistance while in possession of firearms. Shortly after disarming and subduing Mr. Stone, Philip Worthy assaulted Sheriff Bartram and his men, killing the sheriff and forcing the remaining APL members to flee from Philip Worthy's barbarian-like rampage. We intend to prove that the defendant, Philip Worthy, murdered Sheriff Bartram in cold blood. I will now establish our 5 witnesses. The first witness will be J.B. Merriweather, a banker who witnessed the murder. The second witness will be Joseph Miller, a member of the American Protective League, who was near the scene of the crime and was threatened by Mr. Worthy himself. Our third witness will be A.M. Briggs, the founder of the APL, and he will bring us information about his organization with ultimate purpose to protect our country and its reserved authorities. Our fourth witness will be Deacon, a resident of the city of Commonwealth and a survivor of the horrors of the avian influenza epidemic. Our fifth and final witness will be Dr. James Neven, a medical officer of health who saw the impact of the influenza epidemic firsthand, and one of the first to effectively slow and stop disease's spread. Please find Mr. Worthy guilty of the second-degree murder of Mr. Bartram. Thank you.
Your Honor, members of the jury, my name is Ryan Amsat, and I and my classmates are representing the defense of Mr. Philip Worthy in this case, who is wrongly accused of murder in the second degree. We intend to prove that the death of Sheriff Bartram was not of murder, but in actuality, Philip, my client, was in his first stage of recovery from a fatal disease and was only trying to protect his friend who was being wrongly assaulted by the police. Our first witness is Amelia, the wife and mother of Graham's daughter. And our second witness is Yuri Brackenberger, who is a child psychologist and was around at the time of the flu. And our third witness is Graham, who was being assaulted by the APO. And our fourth witness is Dr. James, who is the doctor of Commonwealth. And our fifth witness is August Wagner, who is a police chief.
After being a witness, I am now interviewing
Deacon. I am a mill worker of Commonwealth.
My first question for you is, what do you think is the proper punishment for Philip Worthy?
Well, the usual punishment would be the death sentence or prison. But knowing Philip isn't a born murderer or thinks that way, I think he should just be sentenced to prison.
What are your thoughts on Philip Worthy in detail?
Well, Philip is Charles Worthy's son. He's only 16 and he wants to be more manly, per se, by hanging out with Graham and doing more of the things that the older men do.
you so much for your time.
So do you, the jury, really believe that allowing someone to kill another in a situation that doesn't even involve the person is just? In what world can there be self-defense of others when the people being defended are criminals? Furthermore, the defense themselves seem unsure of how to defend this case. To say that someone in a state of insanity could defend others is completely contradictory. I ask you, the jury, to see things clearly and realize that Philip, who killed an officer that was simply doing their job in order to defend a criminal that can't even support his own country, is a guilty man that has deserved the title of a murderer. Thank you.
So I would like to remind you of some important information that you should consider in your decision. So some of these facts include Philip was hallucinating. He was insane at the time of the shooting. And since he was in a state of confusion and delirium caused by the flu, he had no idea what was going on. Philip was not in his right mind. He was only trying to do the right thing when Mr. Bartram said this, that it does not matter whether Graham is dead or alive. So, even though Philip was insane, we can say that he had the will to protect his friend. His actions were not under his own control, and Philip is an innocent victim of mental instability. He was only trying to save the lives of his beloved ones. Please find Philip Worthy not guilty.
After being tried as a witness, I am now interviewing
Graham. Hi, my name is Graham. I'm from the town Cottonwealth, and I work on the mill, and I was the one who was assaulted by the APO, but luckily Philip came to my rescue.
My first question for you is, how do you feel after being tried as a witness?
It was hard. Just remembering that experience and what happened to me. I was trying to hold back the tears.
Do you think Philip's crime is justified?
Well, he did it because he was insane. He had the flu. He was still suffering from the symptoms, so he wasn't all there.
Thank you so much for your time.
In the matter of the state versus the defendant, Philip Worthy, of the murder of Sheriff Bartram, we have found the defendant not guilty.
Hi, I'm here with
Philip Worthy.
Congratulations on your acquittal. How do you feel about the turnout?
Happy that I get to go home without any charges and have to go to prison.
What are you gonna do now?